Let's continue playing Dwarf Fortress. When we last left off, we were just arrived into winter of year 3. Also, I have a promotion to announce. Senior Maxwell Ponage, you are promoted to Captain of the Guard because the Sheriff position is no longer available. This means you have been given your own squad, which, because they are the Captain of the Guard and they are responsible for doing all the justice duties, I've basically gone to the 3 people I assigned in the last I pointed out in the last wave, who seemed reasonable. They're armed with maces and warhammers, and will promptly use them on anyone breaking the law. So, yeah, we need to. Actually, there's no slugman there. I've also, or have I? Oh well, I'll do it again just to be sure. I need to dump the items here. I then need to go into here. And actually, that one isn't. That one isn't actually active, so either the goblin has escaped or... I don't think. Anyway, what we need to do now is to new... There we go. Done that, and then do that as well. So, from there, hopefully now that all that I have will be dumped. We have no idlers, so everybody is doing something useful. Hopefully some of them will be doing the useful things that I want them to do. There is the little emissary from the holds. And as you can see, things are being done up here. We're actually putting flooring in, which is a good idea, because it means you're less likely to be stuck. Dwarves have suspended construction of the bed. Why have you suspended the construction of the bed? There's an item blocking the site, is there? Ah, okay. Alright, I get that. Alright, fair enough. So, Senior Maxwell, you are Captain of the Guard. Well done. We will have your squad chambers assigned to you as soon as we can. Yep, that's all good. They'll be less inclined to trap themselves in there now. Smelting continues to go onwards. Delboy has created a masterpiece, which is good. I've set up, as you may have noticed there, a weapon trap of some kind. Did you install another? You must have installed another cage. Wish I would have got some items out. Oh well. Weapon trap is being built. Things are being dumped. Overall, things are good with the fortress. For now. One thing I did notice going through the kitchen briefly, we have quite a lot of... we have all of the cheese converted, so we're now full of cheese again. But I also noticed something else. Now, I have 465 plump helmets. I think, considering that, and the fact that we have 149 plump helmet spawn, I think we can get away with cooking them for now. So, they're back on the menu. And we clearly need more food storage area, so we shall dig out there, and there, there, and there. And this will now become food storage area again. So that will have to go and that can be cut down to there. Sorry, planning for future, always planning. That will do. Right, and just to make sure there is enough access, we shall put another entrance in there. Now, one problem is we have 3 dedicated miners. And dog is giving birth to puppies. Okay, that's good. So that might, yeah. But the fact that we have very few miners means we're likely to have to wait for them to get everything done. And I did assign them a lot of... Okay, Forgotten Beast. Towering and scaly lobster. It has a square shell, and it's undulates rhythmically. Its mint green scales are blocky and overlapping. Beware its webs. Alright, where is it exactly? That's not it, is it? That must be. Yep, beware its webs. Now, which floor is this, and where does it relate to where I have built things? It relates to there. Let's just make sure. That goes down below it, so the only way I can see it possibly getting in is if it got through the wells, and if it got through the wells, then we're screwed. Thankfully, that wall is now in place, and will remain so until the end of time. In the meantime, brew drink, fishery, and that's producing meals. I should really set up, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up, when it eventually gets done, and yet I'm setting up yet more digging areas, is we're going to set up a sort of underground area. Yeah, no, I've done that too close, haven't I? So I can go there. That allows one channel path to go here. And round. So its only real function, this, is to host some underground people and possibly give us some silver walls and things. But I feel that if we put our miners down here, or at least some of our miners down here, including Mr. Thunderbane, who is... the only problem with doing that is he's the head broker, so it might not have to be. Oops. One more. So that can go out to there. Okay, so this is not a well-designed area, but hey. Some people get better quarters. That's all that means. But this might incline this area to actually be useful. If we put one cook down here, assign that to be his cookery, yeah, that could work. Only concern, of course, is whether or not that beast can fly up here. It shouldn't be able to, it's a lobster. So all it should be able to do is swim, but you never know with this game. You really never know. It would not surprise me in the least. Kind of want to get to that. I can't go for every gem. It's just not feasible. Anyway, let's see if we can zoom to a location close to... No, I don't want to zoom to you. I know where you are. I'm just going to swim there until the end of time, or until I attempt to reclaim this fortress, in which case you will try and kill me. Okay, we're out of milk, so no more cheese to be made, which is fine, I guess. So we should just go back up to the top and watch things unfold. So how are we doing there? Silver warhammer, silver bolts all being made. You're still on copper things, so you'll have to wait a bit on that one. Now presumably, I'll certainly hope we have some... We have a guy in there. This is all the stuff that we have so far decided is worthless. I'm kind of hoping there's some random copper bits in here, otherwise I have... No, it does not appear as if anything here, other than 10 tons of bauxite. Oh well, dump, claim. We want to claim all that. So everything's going up there. Wall is being made. Excellent, excellent. So we can probably probably consider finishing this off. Because once that floor is in, it's the last thing that is causing Genhawk to become ill, was having to see the surface all the time and all the sunlight. Hopefully, if we get all this in, he won't need to. And therefore, we're back into our underground sort of society. Random wall being... Yeah, okay, I see where a potential problem's going to come in, but we'll see what they do here. Yeah, you're cut to the guard. More honeybee stingings. Are you just stuck there? No longer beekeep. You're obviously not suited for the task, and you're clearly in trouble. Okay, hold on. Job list somewhere. Somewhere there was an install colony and hive job which is not being done because of a glitch which has affected me before. There's plenty of constructive building things. Nope. I can sort those out in a moment. Smelt ore, plant seeds. See, we just have too many jobs. Preparing meals of various types, repeated stuff. Install colony in hive. Which one are you? Well, either way. Oh wait, remove both of those. And he's finally left. Huzzah. Okay, Nish creates a masterpiece. Things are still being made. Oh, did I actually set the... Yes I did. I did set gems to be recut, so hopefully, eventually something will happen there. Apparently did not set them to re-engrave, so finished goods, repeat. Encrust furniture, repeat. Encrust goods, repeat. And encrust furniture, repeat. Okay, that should work. Odal has been stung by a honeybee, and if you're doing that darn install job again, I am not going to be impressed. You are. And to cap off the not being impressed thing, you, good sir, have just wrecked. Why? Why do you do this? Come on, why? Why would you do that? And something's happened. What's happened? Yeah, come on. More. Yeah, we get that, we get that, we get that. This is probably a mood or something. Potter. Marksdorf. Oh, damn stone. Ah. That's the least of my worries. I don't care about that. If it was a mood or something, I might have been interested. But no, that's worthless to me. Why did I need to know that? Ah, well. At least somebody is digging all of this area. Even if it's me. Alright, this time we spun to here. Why here? Ooh, Marksdorf has given birth to a boy. Okay, you are therefore going to be... Is that nil? Nil Ibramrek. Okay. So squads, nope, militia. Nil, you are off of that active duty. And also, you are going to next preference labour. You're not going to hunt anymore, certainly. You can farm the fields, and you can, I guess, do some cooking. You may not be any good at it, but hey, you can learn. As long as if we don't have ridiculous amounts of things to get rid of that. Yep, we are right. Okay, resume. So that went well, and you can tell we're now into, well and truly into winter, because, as you can see, there's lots of planting being done. Which is awesome. Various things happening at the shooting range. Sutra has been stung by a bee because he's stuck there permanently. I could spend all my time doing this, I'm sure I could. Remove. Alright, somebody else can do that. I got a feeling it's because of this. No, maybe not. Right. Toggle. Yeah, lots of various... That needs to be extracted, I'll be honest. Not ready to be split. What really needs to happen is that we need to be collecting all of that. Oh well. Resume. Midwinter now. No, the goblins really aren't threatening us too much. Are we actually... Or are we still working on the stone? I have a feeling you're still working on the stone. And I'm just going to leave the goblins in there to rot. Not that I mind this, but this is not the best, most efficient way of doing this. Especially when I could be doing all sorts of evil things. Never mind, though. Never mind. Let's see if anything else has happened. Equipment mismatch. I'm not bothered about that. We have 0 idlers, and fortress with 95 95 people. 95? Hold on. Have we lost a guy? I thought we had 96. Huh? Surely should have gone up. We just had... whatever. Maybe I'm just being weird. Still, we go and check things there. We have a silver warhammer, which is a good quality silver warhammer, superior quality actually, correction. And I quite approve of continually making these sorts of weapons. So how is our military equipped really yet? Although actually they don't have their area, because I'm still waiting on a miner to dig it out. We're not going to be able to get those things in. Oh well, that's a shame. I suppose we do need to dig over this way because the central point is really here, and I've sort of dug all the way down and all the way to the left. So hopefully, at some stage somebody will work on it. It's far from essential. Do need to do now is... Oh, it is set to engrave. I must just, like, want to smooth it out first. So, come on, goblins. You haven't launched an attack. We're into year... Okay, that's cage traps being built. Honestly, that is a gauntlet of death now. Even if most of it is just capturing the enemy. I would do the same here, but I'd need more weapons. Something which, they're currently all made out of wood, which is a bit of a problem, but... Oh dear God. Yeah, I can... Yeah, they're cluttered like nothing. They're probably quicker if I built a new one and then had them build from that. Oh well. Stem is stung by a honeybee and he's going to starve to death unless I go and take this job off of his hands. I noticed this last time, but this is far more trouble than it is actually worth to do. Especially when he goes all the way over there to do it and gets attacked by an alligator. Or 3. The only way this could turn good for me is if they actually attack and then get caught in the cage trap. Except they've got to go through all my rockfall traps before they get to them. Yeah, interrupted by alligator. Just run away! Don't install their... Ah! I'm gonna have to... Yeah. Can somebody tell me how to stop them doing this? Because this is just ridiculous now. I'm gonna have to... I don't want to dismantle all the hives, but... Come on. This is ridiculous now. So that is safe for splits. Okay, do not split that anymore. Just gather products because this is not going to be worth my time now, is it? Get your lovely, lovely honey, which gets me a bit of mead, which isn't very valuable. And hopefully this time, that job won't happen. In the meantime, we now have flooring done, so it is now technically possible to escape, I think, if we built that last bit in. So do not suspend construction, we want to just make it inactive so you'll actually get round to it. It's done, I believe. Seemingly done automatically. That stone gets re-picked back up. Once I get the floor on the outside, in theory I'm just going to get all the floors done, then get all the walls done. On the plus side, by next spring, we're in business. Let's just go through the item check again. So all the bottom stuff is the new stuff, which has been... Okay. We can go the reclaim and reclaim all of that. So that should help with the mass amount of chalk we need to rebuild. Alright, let's get all the flooring set up now. So, floor. And then once this is done, we need to get the outer walls sorted. Out of what else but chalk. Next. Yep, come on. Next, that needs to be made out of, not horn lead, not any of that, out of chalk, because that's all I'm using to build things with at all. So if I then go 3 wide, up and up, and that's next, and that needs to be made out of chalk. Come on, not out of potash, thank you. Next, that needs to be put in. wide. And this will be made out of, you guessed it, chalk. Quick 2 in here, just to fill that out. I feel they should do the jobs in the order that I've told them to, but I never know with these guys. I really don't. Did I miss chalk entirely there? We cannot have run out of chalk. It's impossible. Alright, floor. Oh, it's just a bit closer than it was, obviously, there. It's there. 2 wide. Made out of chalk. Floor bit to go in there. And then once this is in, I get the walls built in, and then I actually get to fortify, at the very least, the walls on the left and up as well, but not the ones that are near any of the stuff on the right. The reason for that is because it puts a hole in them which can be shot through. I'd rather not put it at ground level. Shooting down's fine, but I just prefer to shoot it there and not be shot back. So I'll set that off for now. The rest should be okay. And hopefully they'll do all of this without trapping themselves even once. Meanwhile, guess what I see? You darn colony thing. Shem is now finally going to discuss our situation, which is fine. You continue to impress. I have come empowered to elevate this land in the eyes... Empowered to... Ooh, okay. So this is now going to become a much more important area. What requests do we have of the merchants? Well, I would say, first off, we're going to need as much cloth and silk as we can, because I want to start doing more with that. Again, always request logs, because we have less and less ability to go outside. We want mahogany. Yeah. And that'll do there. We want large gems. We're going to go with what I actually quite like. White jades. Let's go with some black gems and some indigo tourmalines, large peridots, just so we have a few things coming in. Seeds, always. Doesn't matter what we do here, we are going to pay top dollar for seeds. Don't need any more anvils. We don't really need weapons anymore. We do want steel bars, but don't really want that. Put a low priority on the alcohol these days. Cheeses, yak cheese. Again, the milk. Always appreciated that, because that gives us automatic cheese. And if I had the ability to do it, a lot of it myself, I would be. Donkey's milk, horse milk, cow's milk, sheep milk, pig milk, goat's milk, water buffalo milk, reindeer milk, llama. Right, don't need any meat, fish. Slight priority on plump helmets, but I've already explained we don't really need those either. Water skins, nope. Sand, we might be interested. Might be interested in some sand. But probably not. I've not been using it, and I'm not that interested in it. Then we're just going to go put a bit on each of these, because they would be quite useful to have now. Our random egg for this time will be the giant cave swallow. And if we go and have some sheep wool cloth. Don't need any tools, probably don't need any clay. So it's just metal bars now. We want iron, bronze, steel. And that should do. I suppose bismuth bronze as well, actually, because they're useful. Alright. Other than that, I do not see what else we really need, so that shall do. Meanwhile, I'm going to go to the darn job list again. And tell you... Oh, there's a meeting going on. Oh, he's just... No, that's what he's in. Yeah, of course he is. So we have another miner, which takes us up to 5. Huzzah, we might get something dug out this video. The game is going very slowly at the moment, which might be due to all the stuff that's actually happening, but... Maybe it's just feeling the weather at the moment, because it is freezing out there. Yeah, I don't mind. What do they want this time? The herbalist has given birth to a boy. Excellent. More dwarves. That takes us up to 86. But I would say we have a good chance of surviving the winter now. We certainly have all the food supplies we need. We're out of fish again. We have 16,090, 3,000 in the food stores, 351 in drink. More of that being made all the time. So just checking you and how good you're getting at that. Skilled, expert, competent, and of course they learn hammer dwarf skills because they tend to like to hit things with their crossbows at times. Have we dug out the... No, they haven't. Okay, so they want drinks, which I'm not going to give them. They do want warhammers, so I can produce more of those, because I'll pay more. They want cheese, and they tend to eat that, so maybe not. Earrings and rings. Whoops, hadn't meant to press that. Anyway, hadn't missed anything. We just finished the trade agreement, so... There we go. May our fortunes rise and fall together. For dwarf kind. And all that. No, they're really not doing anything with them. Carpenter's grown attached to a steel short sword. Well, it's good quality stuff, I'm assuming, but... Oops, let's get that back. No, we don't want to put doors in. No, what we do want to do is designate... Actually, we want to reclaim everything in here. Now, Rishabad and the surrounding lands have been made a county. Okay. So now it's Countess. Okay. So we now need to rapidly improve this area. So what I'm going to do is go and find out what our... Yeah, they're trying to smooth all that. I'm going to remove that designation from the majority of things, shall I say. Whatever you have smoothed thus far, it is fine. You can finish the job later. What we need now is to rapidly improve... Oh, I don't mind, I've done that. I can fix that later, when the thing is running a bit smoother. It's really not at the moment. There we go. So now all of that should be engraved next. What we need, though, is to go and... So she needs one more chest, one more weapon rack, and one more thing. So we can put the container in. We can put that in there. Bauxite, chalk's always more valuable generally. So that's another chest to be put in. Then need a armor stand, which can go here, and a weapon rack, which can go here. Right, so that gets us the minimum requirements for most of that, once that gets in. Next, hopefully, our engravers will go and... yeah, there we go. Please do that... oh, you're quite quick. How good are you now at this? Expert engraver. That's what we want to hear. And thus, the room is going to be improved at a rapid rate. Splendid quarters, fine, fine, fine. It does need the tomb upgraded. Now, this is the one with the gold statue in it, from what I remember. So what we shall do is we shall go and put in a... no, not that. We shall put in a container, because they undoubtedly will want one, out of bauxite. We will then go and put in some vertical bars here, and these will be electrum bars. Not a great value, but that should hopefully improve things a little. Meanwhile, that will do. And what we can do, once the quarters get high enough, it's still going to take a little while. Yep, that's done. Alright, so the only thing now we need is to go designate smooth stone, because if we smooth all this and then improve it, then that will work quite fine. And as we've already proved, they do tend to go and smooth things before they engrave things, so hopefully you should be done with this soon. Let's remove designation for the moment and go like that. There. So between 2 or 3 of you doing this, should be able to get that area smoothed out and get that improved, and then from there, also designation dump those, because otherwise we won't be able to see them. Something about bars. Ah, we're out of steel. Okay. And that's not a disaster, so we kind of expected that to be a small amount of happening if it did, and this is the problem as I see it. Ooh, we're out of silver as well. How did we manage that? Alright, cancel both of those. Alright, keep making those. And find out why we don't have any people smelting things. We have somebody possessed. Which means we're going to get an artifact, but unfortunately... leather. Okay, leather could be anything from here. Okay, just leather, so it's probably going to be leather crafts. Possibly armor, which would be useful. I would not mind him becoming a High Master. Actually, here we go. Now that I've noticed that has gone in, we can go and put 2 wall things in. Actually, no, we can't, but I can put the first one in. can go here and be made out of chalk. Once we find chalk. There. Resume. Things then progressing quite nicely there. I hate you people. Are you waiting or did you actually finish? Right, we're out of iron bars as well. Where are all our smelters? Seriously, where are all our smelters? I assume we had loads of the stuff. I was actually getting now a little worried about, hey, we actually got some miners digging up here for a change. Right. Fine-tune. Export of steel has been prohibited. Just check that the mayor hasn't come up with anything else. My god, steel? Steel. So we can't export steel, electrum at the moment. We still need large gems. Okay, so what we have now created is an elephant lever. Okay, that's fine. Well, leatherworks is not a bad thing, actually, all we sold. So, you now, labour, craft, leatherworking. What are you doing? I suppose you're a tanner, so that's not out of the realms of ridiculousness that you go and do that. But you can stop farming the fields, and you can stop that as well. Now, do we actually have any leather for you to do here? Because that would be quite useful. Repeat. Let's go with trousers, cloak, vest, coat, dress, tunic. All on repeat. Oh, of course he was possessed, wasn't he? No. If you would... okay, forget that. You have no idea how you did it, so don't bother trying anymore. On the plus side, somebody knows how to do it, so that's not a terrible thing that we've done there. Alright, what's the date? Nope, status. We're almost at the end of our season. The goblins have said nothing apart from those... No, actually, they did. Oh, that's just a honey badger. Tame a small animal, repeat. Down to 348 plump helmets. I noticed they're probably being cooked. Still, come on. At least I have somebody smelting there, obviously. I can... Where's the other two smelters? There and there. Somebody seemingly working on that, so that's good. And in theory... Right, wherever I'm making my electrum bars, which is what I was sort of planning with things, I think we're going to have to... Actually, we can make electrum bars from the ore, so we don't actually have to worry about that one. I should probably make some electrum things, actually. Make some electrum... cabinet, chest to chest, throne, table, sarcophagus. Just see how long that goes on for. Eventually, somebody will get that done. In the meantime, we're making copper bolts. Dwarf equipment mismatch. I should check that at some stage because I really do not want them not having the ability to shoot things. And that is definitely silver bars that are now there. So that's a plus. As you can see, it's now become quite difficult to micromanage this place. Still, it's not done yet. It is upgraded to a fine tune, but it's not quite there yet. Opulent throne room. Just need that done because we do not want our Countess getting annoyed. There we go. That won't take much time though at all. It appears that the mausoleums are being dug out now, which is good. That's a large area to be our throne room. Hopefully our stone engravers will be around shortly. Because I pretty much turned off most of their duties, so... Come on. Forgotten beast Isa has come, a gigantic quadruped composed of vomit. It has 3 long curly tails and it squirms and fidgets. Beware its poisonous sting. Okay. Oh, mandates also in effect. Make 3 large steel gems. Thoughts and process. Satisfying acquisition lately. Alright, health. No health problems, relationships. Friend of everyone. Well, friend of the captain of the guard, as I would kind of expect. So, I have a feeling you're stuck there, sir. And I have no desire to improve that standing with you. So I shall just go and zoom to somewhere I can. There we go. And wait for people to actually... Yeah, clear Zircon. That's okay. What are engravers up to? Let's say, I've given them 1 job, seemingly. Right, let's see if I can just attract one of them briefly by going like that. I'll arrive at some stage. Here we go. Right, now we can finally get that sorted, I think. So, rough clear zircons. And here comes Senor Maxwell, Captain of the Guard, to go and detail the wall. Because he's actually not bad at it. And hopefully this should, at the very least, get one bit of that out of the way. We've struck purple spinel. We have struck blue stuff. There's nothing to catch in the river. And here we go. It should not take too long. It would only take a couple of good detailed walls, and that should be done. So no exponent, also travelling. And that's the foundation of the place. That's fine. Even if it wasn't fine, I'd still go with that. Rough purple spinels. They're actually not bad. Do you finishing the connection here, but LP Zones has made a masterpiece, and we've got to be just about into... Whoops. We're well into early spring, so welcome to Year 4 of Dwarf Fortress. As we can see, she now has her mausoleum that should hopefully keep her happy for the foreseeable future. The problem is we have a mandate of make large gems, and we really need to get onto that. fact, if the elves were to arrive soon with gems, I would be ecstatic. But they won't. They rarely have gems, but... okay. So let me just check one thing before I end the video. Did we actually get them disarmed, or am I doing something really silly? Almost certainly I'm doing something really silly, but... it does not appear as if we disarmed them. So either they had no equipment, which I don't trust because they're goblins. Now I don't trust goblins as far as I can throw them with a bridge catapult. But yeah, in theory I did everything correctly, I think. This is why I shouldn't have cage traps, I should just kill them all. But oh well. Next time then, Year 4 of the Fortress. Until then.